Hey friends, Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this doesn't work. I've had a bunch of you guys say you missed the fireside chats late in the evening, and so this is the perfect time for a fireside because it's kind of chilly out. But it is nice to come out here and unwind after the day, especially after a super chat. And I realize how blessed I am to be able to talk football with you guys on a daily basis. And the friendships that we've developed. I may not have met a lot of you guys, of course, but I feel like you're family. So, this is a short week for the Dallas Cowboys, and you don't have a whole lot of time to practice. In fact, today they had a walkthrough. And the good news for our Cowboys is Antoine Woods, who missed this past week because of concussion, was a full participant in practice today. And that's huge because we have been hit on the defensive line more than anything else. And at this time of year, health is key. The reality is, after playing 10 games in the NFL in the season, everybody is beat up. The question is how well are you able to play through those injuries? So right now, getting back Antoine Woods is definitely going to help on that defensive line and that pass rush. David Irving probably won't be back this week, but he should be back the following week because we're definitely going to need all hands on deck against New Orleans. And that's not to say we don't need all hands on deck against the Washington Redskins. They, like us, are beat up, but they're beat up even worse because, of course, they just lost their quarterback. But I will say this. Alex Smith hasn't exactly lit the world on fire. You may see a team that rallies around Colt McCoy, and Colt McCoy has had some success against the Cowboys. He hasn't played many games, but he has played against the Cowboys and played well, and I dare say has beat us once or twice. So don't sleep on the Washington Redskins and don't feel sorry for them. But this is a short week. The Redskins basically have tomorrow to practice, and then Wednesday they're traveling, and then Thursday's the game. And it's hard to believe, as bad as we played in the first part of the season, not winning back-to-back games, that the Cowboys are blessed to be in the position that they're in right now, having an opportunity to be playing for first place and possibility to go to the playoffs. It's the crazy thing about football. Things can turn around just like that. And sometimes you look at a team and they seem like they have it all together, and then all of a sudden everything falls apart. They lose a player, or they just kind of lose their mojo. And maybe the Dallas Cowboys for once are getting theirs. I kind of like the fact that they have to dig, claw, and scratch to get back into it. That they have to fight, because one thing I've learned in my life is the things that come easy, you don't appreciate as much as the things that you've had to work hard for. My wife, I met her in college at JMU, and I fell in love. I knew right then when I met her that she was the woman that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. And Tracy was like, nah, that ain't happening. You're crazy, Mark. But we became the best of friends. Years later, we would run into each other and I'd be attached or she'd be attached or something like that. But I never ever forgot the feeling that I had about Tracy. And the amazing thing was, some 15 years ago, Match.com actually matched us up. And we had lunch the next day. And when she saw me, she was like, oh, my good friend Mark, patting me on the back. It's so nice to see you. And I said, I ain't going nowhere. I don't know what you're looking for, but I'm telling you, I'm it. I never gave up. And after going through my first marriage, I finally wore her down. She ain't perfect. I ain't either. But I knew that was the one. And because I had to work for it, nothing and nobody will ever stand between the two of us. And maybe for our Cowboys, if by chance having to dig, claw, and scratch to make their way into the playoffs, as opposed to before where everything was so easy, maybe this will be the opportunity. Maybe this will be the time that they stay laser focused, that we don't have players that go off to Mexico during the bye week and relax and all that. Maybe this team will be laser focused on the goal. Maybe. So peaceful out here. Should have brought a blanket out here, and I could just chill all night. Thank you guys for all you do. I'm gonna go back in here and see what's going on with the Rams in Kansas City. Last I checked, it was 23-23. I know their offenses are modern day and we're in the Stone Age. But you know what? Sometimes you can club a man to death. I'm Mark Holmes. I'll see you first thing in the morning with Don't Sleep on the Dallas Cowboys. Hope you have a great night.